Hey, what's up everybody? This is Alex Molina here. I want to show my game collection of Super Nintendo. Yes, the best Nintendo console of all time. My older brother used to play Nintendo a lot. My older sister had the NES and we had this back in the day. This was the first gaming console I've ever experienced. The reason why I love video games so much, and let's get started, shall we? The game we will start with is Super Mario World. It was a launch title for Super Nintendo. It is the best-selling game for the console, of course, because Mario sells like hotcakes. It was one of the best games in that generation. I like Super Mario Bros. 3 better, but this one is still very good. This is considered my second 2D Mario game of all time, so everybody knows about this game. Still a great game. Another good launch title, F-Zero. Great futuristic racer. I like the next installments better than this, but it is still very fun. Nintendo, please make a new F-Zero for Nintendo Switch. We've been waiting for a new F-Zero since the GameCube and Game Boy Advance. So please hurry up and make a new F-Zero. Please, Nintendo. Thank you. Another good launch title, Gradius 3. Great shoot 'em up. It has a great music as well. Super Castlevania 4. Great game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this feels like a remake of the first Castlevania on the NES. Great Castlevania. I like the new mechanics of this. The cool feature is that you can use your weapon to use in any direction you want. And the 16-bit graphics look very good, the soundtrack is amazing, and the level designs are good. So, great Castlevania game. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Great masterpiece. This is one of the best Zelda games ever made. Every Zelda fan has their own opinions, and this is in my top 5 Zelda games of all time. Maybe later I'll talk about my favorite Zelda games ever, including this. So yeah, great game as well. A classic fighter right here, Street Fighter 2. Yes, it has the updated versions like Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Super Street Fighter 2, which has a lot of characters, more modes, and stuff like that. But yeah, this is one of the games that revolutionized the fighting genre. I like the next installments better than this, so everybody with their own opinion, that's okay. So yeah, Super Mario Kart, a game that started it all. I like the next installments of Mario Kart, like Mario Kart 64, which is my favorite, Double Dash, Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart 8, you name it. This is still one of the best Mario Kart games. It is still very fun to play, so everybody with their own opinion, of course, again. So yeah, Star Fox, very good game. One of the few Super Nintendo games that took advantage of FX chip. It was impressive back in the day, but not anymore since Star Fox 64 beats the hell out of this game. But don't get me wrong, this is still a good game. Never. Battletoads and Battlemaniacs. I like beat 'em ups, and Battletoads games are great, just that they're very hard as hell. I mean, the only Battletoads game that I beat it was the arcade game. I still need to get into the NES game, and this one of course as well. Super Mario All-Stars. It was a great deal because you have 4 NES Mario games in one cartridge. Not only 4 games in one, but also they are remastered. Graphics look better, the music is better, and the cool feature is that you can save whenever you want to, and that is a great feature, so still a great deal. As Secret of Mana, a good JRPG from Squaresoft, back when they used to make good games from Super Nintendo, PS1, and PS2 as well, and now are known as Square Enix, so still a good game. Classic. Mega Man X. Mega Man games are amazing. I mean, Mega Man X is like the original Mega Man, just more serious of course. But yeah, very good game. I totally recommend to anybody as well. NBA Jam, an arcade style of basketball. I love basketball in real life. NBA Jam is fun. There's also the Sega Genesis version and the updated versions. And of course, the remake or reboot, whatever you want to call them, for the Xbox 360, PS3, and the Wii. And they look better graphically, and the animations are better as well. But yeah, NBA Jam is still a fun game to play. A masterpiece right here, Super Metroid. Yes, one of the best Super Nintendo games of all time. I love Metroid. I totally recommend to anybody who likes action-adventure games, sci-fi, the darker atmosphere, and the cool movesets that the game has, and it's still a great game. I highly recommend to anybody to play this game on the Super Nintendo, on the Virtual Console, or on emulators, whatever. Just play it. Awesome game. Mortal Kombat 2. Not a huge Mortal Kombat fan, but this is still a good game. I mean, I like the first ones and 9. I still need to play 10 or X or whatever. I'm not a huge Mortal Kombat fan, so I couldn't tell you that much. Sorry. It's still a good fighting game, nevertheless. Illusion of Gaia. I'm not into it, to be honest, but I heard good things about it, so I need to get into this game one of these days. Super Punch-Out. Punch-Out games are fun to play, and this one is still very fun as well. Still a great game. Final Fantasy III, known as Final Fantasy VI. Squaresoft back in the day failed to localize the real sequels to the Final Fantasy games till 7 for the PS1. So yeah, this game, an amazing JRPG. If you haven't played this game, give this game a shot. If you're a Final Fantasy fan, if you love JRPGs, this is one of the games that you should give it a shot. An amazing game. Never or less. No doubt about it. Donkey Kong Country, a technological masterpiece made by a Rareware when they used to be good, but not anymore. Let's not get into it. But yeah, Donkey Kong Country, still a great game. Graphics till this day, they look good, and the soundtrack is good, the level designs are good. Yeah, one of the reasons why it sold very well. They totally rebooted the whole Donkey Kong franchise, and it worked well. What can I say about it? Another great fighter, Killer Instinct. Not as good as the arcade version, because the arcade version has better graphics, better animations, and better control scheme. Don't get me wrong, the Super Nintendo version is still playable as well. I'm very grateful that Killer Instinct is back. I mean, we've been begging for a new Killer Instinct, and now we have it for the Xbox One, also for PC as well. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Shigeru Miyamoto's answer to Donkey Kong Country. Another technical masterpiece right here. Great soundtrack, very cool graphics, very good level designs, very good. The only thing that I don't like is when you get hit by an enemy, Baby Mario starts crying louder and louder like, sheesh! My god! But oh well. It is still a great game. And there's no Yoshi game that can beat this game as well. Sorry. I mean, like, there's no other Yoshi game to top this as well. My favorite Super Nintendo game of all time. This game right here. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest. What can I say about this game? Being a great masterpiece, much better than the first game as well. Great level designs, the challenges there, the soundtrack is amazing. I mean, more things to say about this. I mean, like, it's like I fell in love with this game, because I beat this game like 7 times already, speed running, so why not? So yeah, great game, no doubt about it. Another cool looking game, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, a game that started the Mario RPG genre. Because of this, we have Paper Mario games and Mario and Luigi games, which are fine. I like this much better because of the concept of this game and the battle system and all. I just wish that Nintendo and Square Enix team up together once again to make a sequel to this, because we've been begging for a sequel to this and no confirmation whatsoever. Only one can dream of, but hopefully there's a sequel as well. And finally, Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. This is my least favorite of the trilogy. I mean, the challenge is there is much harder than the first two, but the soundtrack is not very good in my opinion, and the enemies look kind of ridiculous and quirky. I mean, like, they should have made a lot better than that, but it's still a good game nevertheless. So yeah, so that's all my current game collection for Super Nintendo. I mean, that's not all my collection because there are other games that I want to get as well, like Chrono Trigger, Contra 3, Breath of Fire, Turtles in Time, etc, etc. So yeah, Super Nintendo is still a great system till this day. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you later. Just like that. Peace.